Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results and WWE main event results. And happy birthdays for October 4th through the 8th. October 4th birthday, Jay Strongbow. That's Chief Jay Strongbow. He was born 1928. Abyss born 1973. Bobby Fulton 1960. Linda McMahon 1948. Bo Duck 1974. October 5th birthday, Terry Reynolds. October 6th birthdays, Bruno Sammartino. He was born 1935. Demolition Smash, 1959. Manu. October 5th birthday, Zema Ion. He was born 1986. October 7th birthdays, who said he's going to bring back the hardcore titles. He said on Facebook. And that's Rhino, 1975. Also on the 7th, Caitlin, 1986. Aiden English had a birthday. He was born 1987, the year I graduated high school. Paul Burchell was born on October the 8th, 1979. And rounding out birthdays, The Miz, 1980 on October the 8th. On Instagram, AJ Lee sent a happy birthday at this link to her buddy Caitlin, who turned 32 years old. In the caption, Lee wrote, "Happy birthday to my wife for life. It's possible we became friends because no one else could handle our weirdness." The latest clash with Cesaro featuring Kathy Kelly can be found in this link. Cesaro had a tough time starting the show and then had a game issues when he found out that there was no Wi-Fi where they recorded. And the clash is with Up, Up, Down, Down. Also noted at WWE Super Showdown, Becky Lynch intentionally got herself disqualified against Charlotte in order to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. WWE announced yesterday that a rematch would take place on this week's SmackDown. A stipulation has since been added to the bout where Lynch will lose the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte if she gets disqualified. The way they worded it on SmackDown, I'll leave that for you for the SmackDown results. Lynch commented on Twitter that it looks like I'm fighting a battle on both sides of the curtain. Nothing new here. Even when I'm the champion, they still tip the scales against me. It looks like I'm fighting a battle on both sides of the curtain. Nothing new here. And it can be found in that link there. What a video. Sheamus training with all Hall of Famer DDP, Fit Finley, and David Finley, along with Mel Finley in the new video from Celtic Warrior Workouts YouTube channel. I did not get the link and I do apologize. But you can look for it on YouTube. Rey Mysterio recently filed for 2 trademarks related to merchandise use. GMOAT and the greatest mask of all time. Also noted, Rey recently signed a 2-year deal with WWE and has been announced for next Tuesday's SmackDown 1000 episode from Washington, D.C. Well, also, Goldust has a lead role in a movie called Scare Package, an upcoming horror movie anthology from Paper Street Pictures in Austin, Texas. Production on the project is set to wrap in December, and they are looking at premiering the movie during the 2019 festival circuit. Goldust, who has an agent in Hollywood while he's based out of Texas, recently spoke to the Austin Chronicle while on set for the project. So that's why he's not doing any wrestling right now. It's weird. The WWE veteran said, because I'm not doing anything really physical and my body's used to it. But I'm loving this. I'm having a blast. It has been the funnest week I've had in a long time. And this is a clip from last night's WWE Ride-Along episode with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. SmackDown superstars played a game of Never Have I Ever while in the car. Several more NXT superstars are being brought to the WWE Evolution pay-per-view. According to PW Insider, Rhea Ripley, Casey Cantazaro, Mia Yim, and Lacey Evans are booked for the pay-per-view. No word yet on what their role will be. Probably in the Battle Royal. Also noted earlier, the more NXT superstars being brought to Evolution: Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, and speculation is there some sort of NXT Battle Royal at Evolution, but that has not been confirmed as of yet. Just my prediction. Evolution is set to feature more than 50 former and current female talents. Other names advertised to appear are Michelle McCool, Sasha Banks, Asuka, Carmella, Brie Bella, Nia Jax, and Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. Tori Wilson and Maurice are also expected to appear, among others. And even some other stars I will vouch later out in the video or on SmackDown video. First ever all women's Evolution pay-per-view takes place October 28th in Long Island, New York at the Nassau Coliseum. And here's your confirmed card matches so far. Raw Women's title match, Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. SmackDown title match, Becky Lynch versus TBA to be announced. NXT Women's title match, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. NXT UK Women's title match, both to be announced. Mae Young Classic Finals to be announced, as they haven't yet been set for TV purposes. Mickie James and Alexa Bliss versus Hall of Famers Lita and Trish. Total Divas preview for this Wednesday on SmackDown. General Manager Paige at this link, revealing her new secret boyfriend, Kalan Lem, the bassist from Attila Band. Paige revealed that the relationship when Nia Jax wanted to set her up with her brother. And he's a dude with a lot of tattoos. Think he's got more than Corey Graves. Mr. Kalan is actually my boyfriend, Paige revealed. Me and Kalan have wanted to keep it private because we just wanted to have our own little world for a second. I'm really happy and don't want anything to interfere with this relationship or anything to ruin this relationship because I finally found a guy where I feel like he's the one. Well, Vikings wide receiver Stephon Diggs is wearing some custom ECW themed cleats, as you can see at this link, for Sunday's game with the Philadelphia Eagles. The cleats also featured a mini replica of the ECW World Heavyweight Championship, as you can see in the picture. Dolph Ziggler recently appeared on CBS Sports In This Corner podcast with Brian Campbell. During their chat, Ziggler touched on whether he's upset with how he's booked, if he thinks he'll become Marty Jannetty, and more. On whether he or Drew McIntyre is the Marty Jannetty of the team, he asked, "Who is the Jannetty? There isn't one. You can be a fan that watched for a long time who enjoyed me, hated me, loved me, and then really hated me. You can judge me all you want, but my facts don't care about your feelings. Check out the page. Check out everything I have on my resume. I've done it all while not being loved backstage. I've done all those accolades by myself. I've never not made something amazing." Now, Drew McIntyre had to leave to realize what he was missing, what he needed to fix. He came back razor sharp, laser focused, a walking, talking Terminator. He told me when we're not on the camera that we need to rid the show and roster of anyone who's only pulling 99%, and he means it. On why he thinks it's always appreciated by the fans. One thing that had contributed to that is that I'm good of an athlete, that I've never taken time off. I never had to disappear for a year and then get something fixed. All the damage I've put to my body through, I'm so dang good at it and bouncing back due to my physical and mental strength. Even years ago when I was kicked in the brain and was knocked out, I finished the match. I was cleared in 2 weeks in extreme safety protocol because the brain is very important. In 2 weeks, I sent videos in of me from home, so I didn't miss the show. On whether he gets frustrated with how he's booked, No matter what situation you're in, even with so many superstars or stories, even when you're in the middle of something huge or you become world champion, the second it's not all about you. The second you're not making these great gains because of something out of your hands, the fans turn on you. You don't always get the chance to be the greatest champion, and more often than not, you don't. Even when it's going great, you think you should be deserving something better, or you shouldn't be in the business. Or whether he's ever been close to leaving WWE, is there something more than 100%? Many factors. Like I haven't gone away in 13 years is pretty ridiculous. I thought I needed to do that, and I asked to do that, and was told no. I tried several more times over the past 2 years, and was finally told yes. That 6 months turned into being gone for 3 weeks and being brought back. I assure you, every Monday I'm talking to the boss about how to make the show better. Everyone gets on me for teasing that I'll be leaving. It might be soon, or it might be never. Dolph Ziggler stopped by Merida Studios and cooked breakfast in a 75-foot free-fall challenge with James Beard, award-winning chef Robin Beshinsky. At this link, both attempted to drop ingredients into a frying pan, and you see how much of it landed in the pan so they could make breakfast. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of his ingredients is chipotle. That's one of Dolph's favorite ingredients. Deadline has revealed that the announcement that The Rock was teasing earlier on Monday is that the former WWE champion will star in a new Netflix movie called John Henry and the Statesmen. Jake Kasdan, who directed Rock's recent Jumanji movie, will be directing the film. Rock 7 Bucks production company serves as one of the producers for the project, and Rock is set to star in the lead role of John Henry, with an ensemble cast of the most popular figures from folklore and legend from the all-around world. Well, if they can do the some other folklore and what have you, the guy that was tied to the ground who was like 50 foot tall, whatever, Jack Black did that. Well, I'm sure The Rock can do it. Another Jumanji co-star that was in it. Netflix is a perfect partner and platform for us to continue entertaining our global audience in a disruptive way, said The Rock in a press release. These diverse characters speak a legacy of storytelling and is more relevant than ever and span across a worldwide audience, regardless of age, gender, race, or geography. Bayley tweeted this video, weightlifting clip, going into tonight's WWE Raw in Chicago. Well, she's in beast mode, as she was lifting like 225 pounds, up to her shoulders, all in one move, from the floor, up to her shoulders, and then above her head. 2 times at least I've seen in the video. Way outdoing me, and I'm still building myself back up. When I was 385 pounds, I could do it. I was bench pressing that much. In fact, I was bench pressing 310 pounds back then. And also when I was wrestling for TEW. And you can go to that link. And she also comments, it's Bayley WWE. Hit my forehead with barbell again. Ready for hashtag Raw Chicago. SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch noted on Twitter that she suffered a cracked jaw in the match with Charlotte Flair at Super Showdown on Saturday. And a new video of Becky cutting a fiery promo on Flair for the title match on SmackDown. Also noted Flair will win the title if Becky gets herself disqualified. Stipulation. Becky Lynch WWE, even with a cracked jaw, nothing or no one will shut me up. At WWE, think Becky Lynch WWE is fired up, heading into her hashtag AC Live, hashtag Women's Title rematch against Miss Charlotte WWE tonight on SmackDown. Rebecca Quinn at Becky Lynch WWE, even with a cracked jaw, nothing or no one will shut me up. And here's that link for you to see the video. Thinking WWE, Becky Lynch WWE is fired up. There you go. Impact Wrestling star Homicide was recently on the Serious Lowdown on the chairshot.com, hosted by Serious Brad and co-host Jordan Garber this past week, and here are the highlights. Evolution of the X Division. I think it's more aggressive, to be honest with you. We have a very hungry division of wrestlers, and the future is bright, I'd say. Next vision is from TNA, or actually Impact Wrestling now. And he comments on the formation of LAX. I was in Brooklyn, New York, and Conan gave me a call and told me, "Hey man, I'm doing something new called the LAX for this company called TNA Wrestling." I always remember December 29, 2005, when they flew me all the way to Orlando, Florida. Basically, I was talking to Conan, and he gave me all the details and was telling me the way it was going to be. I was a thug guy, and Conan was a legend from WCW. It was about giving Latinos the respect they deserve in pro wrestling. So what he did was we knocked a hit on the door, earned our respect, and let the world know it was our time. And his tag team partner, Supermix, Sean Hernandez. And they're back in Impact Wrestling as well. Talks about recent WWE and Impact meetings. The big time is going to come, and I was telling my crew we need the magic feeling. Even though I am a professional worker, I'm still that fan and I love magic. It's like you never know what's going to happen until it happens. It's something that's going to come, and you're going to enjoy it. I'm so proud of that dude. He deserves it. I met that man in Puerto Rico. It was crazy because there was a riot, and it was the first time we met. After that, we went to TNA, and he was one of the hardest workers, not only in pro wrestling, but for the company. He is a very loyal person. And new shows are every Wednesday, and you can find that interview at this link here, blogtalkradio.com/chairshot radio. And it happens every Wednesday at 10 p.m. You can check out Homicide's full interview at that link. New Japan Pro Wrestling presents King of Pro Wrestling 2018 results from October the 8th. Tape. Spoiler, which was just recently on TV. I watched it on DVR myself. And the latest episode of The Elite, which also has parts in it, and you can find that link there for you. Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, and Chris Carlton are on commentary. We get our opening video package and then go straight to the first match. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Tiger Mask 4 versus Jushin Thunder Liger. Tiger Mask 4 and Jushin Thunder Liger versus Suzuki Gun, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and El Desperado. Junior Legend made their way out to the ramp, but Suzuki Gun jumped them even before hitting the ring, because of course they do. Suzuki Gun tosses them into the ring after some outside assaulting, and the bell rings and they get underway. Both members of Suzuki Gun go after the mask for the Legends, but the ref gets in between both. The action spills to the outside once again, and Suzuki Gun keeps control. Desperado with a chair shot into a chair on top of Liger, who was placed on the table. Kanemaru and Tiger down at ringside. Kanemaru back in the ring, and the ref starts to count out. Tiger beats the count, and Kanemaru keeps the pressure on. Tag to Desperado. Of course, they got a 20 count. Well, it ain't hard to beat a 20 count. Big slam on Tiger, and Cocky paid for a 2 count. Double team into Suzuki Gun corner, and Kanemaru is back in. Boots to Tiger, followed by a camel clutch as Desperado keeps Liger from interrupting. Tag to Desperado, and Tiger has been isolated. Desperado tears at the mask again, and the ref pulls him off. Desperado gets in the ref's face, and that's the moment Tiger needed to fight back. Going for Desperado's mask before Kanemaru intervenes, allowing Suzuki Gun to get the advantage back. Tiger fights off both opponents and gets the tag to Liger. Chote to Suzuki Gun. Kanemaru placed on top and taken down with a Frankensteiner. Liger latches Kanemaru with a nice roll up for a 2 count. Follows up with a Fujiwara armbar, but Desperado breaks it up. Liger takes Desperado out with a tilt the world backbreaker. Tag to Liger, powerbomb by Liger. Tiger comes off the top with a headbutt, covers for a 2 count only. Tiger kicks Kanemaru, hits a variation of Eye of the Hurricane to get the momentum back. Tag to Desperado, who crushes Tiger in the corner and hits a nice suplex. Hits the ropes. Spears Tiger for a 2 count before Liger breaks it up. Liger stays on Desperado, but gets caught in the double team from Suzuki Gun. Desperado looks to finish. Tiger fights him off, but hits the Tiger driver. Covers, only gets a 2 count before Desperado kicks out. Tiger puts Desperado up top. Desperado goes for the mask again, but Tiger just slaps him. Hits a double underhook suplex. Kanemaru distracted the ref by bringing the whiskey bottle into the ring. To break the cover, Kanemaru spits whiskey in the eyes of the Tiger. Hits an insecurity. Desperado looks to finish Tiger. Liger in, but gets shoved into the ref, who goes down. Kanemaru runs at Liger, but Liger gets dumped and eats the outside rolling senton from Liger. Desperado goes for the belt shot on Tiger, but Tiger counters, hits Tiger suplex, but there's no ref. He had it for the 3, but no one to count. Liger tries to wake the ref up, but Kanemaru nails him with a bottle. Tiger tries to fight back, but catches a low blow from Desperado. Desperado with a PJ Loco. The ref is awake now and counts to 3 and win for Suzuki Gun. Suzuki Gun defeated Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger by pinfall, retained the IWGP Junior titles. Shenanigan and Pinchang Logo. This was a nice little showcase for junior legends who fought back against the early dirty tactics to almost take the titles. It had me wondering if they might get underrun. But Suzuki Gun Shenanigans went out in the end with their usual shticks, but it felt decently utilized to give us a decent opener for the event. The fact that Tiger and Liger can still bring some real electricity out of the crowd is awesome. I'm not sure where this Suzuki Gun run is leading, only because I do feel like most of their stuff right now is some permutation of the same stuff, which is starting to make the reign just a bit flat to me. Their defenses aren't really exciting to me right now, so if they're not exciting me, they sure won't be exciting to anyone else, because I've got a sense of where it is going. Would love to see a real breakout match, whether they retain or not, to spice up the title run. Because Kanemaru and Desperado are capable of it, why don't they face the Young Bucks, the Elite? Juice Robinson and Toa Henare versus Great Bash Heel. This is the first match back as a team for GBH, Great Bash Heel, after Hanma's injury. As GBH looks all business, chance for Hanma. Great to see him back. Bell rings. Hanma and Henare starts things off. Headlock on Henare. Shoulder blocks are even. Henare shows aggression and takes down Hanma with a tackle. Slam to Hanma, covers for only gets 1. And gets momentum back in the corner with some chops. The headbutt to Henare, but chop knocks Henare down. Hanma with a slam, calls for falling Kokishi, but Henare moves because, of course, he does. Tag to Juice, who comes off the top to Hanma. Juice with a stalling vertical suplex on Hanma, covers for only gets a 2. Crowd is so happy to see Hanma back. And there is in. Talk trash to Hanma, who fights back, absorbs a heavy lariat from Henare and almost gets a reverse into a suplex. Henare tries to counter. Both try to overpower, with Hanma getting it in the end. Attacks on both sides. Makabe takes down Juice. Makabe with a classic clothesline corner. Punches Northern Light suplex, but Juice blocks the final part and hits the ropes, but eats a lariat for a 2 count. Makabe whips Juice into the corner. Juice tries to build momentum, crushes Makabe in the corner and calls for a cannonball and hits a great one. Full Nelson bomb on Makabe for a 2 count. Juice with a shot to Hanma and is able to get the crowd behind the series of jabs. But Makabe ducks at the end, hits another lariat, tag to Hanma, who chops Juice, corner elbow, and the big bulldog takes him down. Hits the falling Kokishi. He got a 1 count. Juice back with a chop. Hanma reverses and hits a nice lariat on Juice, but Hair breaks it up. Makabe dumps in air and gets turned out on the floor. Hanma goes up top against Juice, but Juice throws him off back into the ring. Juice rolls and tags Hair, who hits a big shot on Hanma. A shot to Makabe, hits the ropes and nails a big heavy lariat, and only gets a 2 count on Hanma. More chance for Hanma. Henare taking a lot of time here, allowing Hanma to fight off the finishers, and hits a running Kokishi on Henare, tag to Makabe. Henare tries to keep the advantage with a diving shoulder tackle, hits a rugby tackle spear, and covers, but Hanma breaks it up. Juice takes Hama outside as Maccabi absorbs the Henare clothesline before taking Henare down with a heavy lariat himself. Covers, but Henare kicks out at one. Fighting Spirit. Maccabi and Hama enter together and hits a sandwich double lariat. They slam and Kokishi and then a King Kong knee drop. Hama intercepts Juice and Maccabi covers for the 3 and the win. Not a bad match by any means. The crowd invested in Hama's return. It was also a bit flat for me. The layout made sense, but the sort of stayed at one pace throughout, so it never really felt much sense of the build. Plus, I'm concerned about how Juice is being used as he eats another loss and just seems to be fading into the background a little bit. Not seriously yet, but it's got my ears perked up. At the same time, Hama gets an important win as his return stretch, which is great, and he and Maccabi look tuned in. But why did Juice have to be on that tag team then? That's a choice I question. And that at the flatness of it keep it going higher for me. Again, not bad, but without Hama story, GBH return, I don't think I would have even cared as much of the match. Since I recorded it, I would have just fast forwarded the match. Bullet Club Elite versus Bullet Club OGs. Bullet Club Elite tag team of the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, and Chase Owens. That's 4 guys versus Bullet Club OGs, Gorillas of Destiny, Bagduck Fali, and Taiji Ishimori. This 8-man tag is part of the current civil war with the BC Bullet Club, with the Elite possibly going to WWE in January. With Owens and Loa starting off, they run the ropes early. Chase Owens showing a speed advantage, but Loa catches a kneeling super kick and looks for ape crap early on. They call it ape shit move. Owens with a roll up for a 2 count, looks for a back package power jobber, but Loa wriggles out, tags to Nick Jackson and Ishimori. They start fast, lots of jumps and leaps, rods, and 1 counts, double drop kick and stare down. Tama Tonga in the ring, and the ring pulls up with all 8 guys. Tempers rise as Wild begins. BCOG's on top, but the Elite with drop kicks and take out all the OGs that down to the outside. Ishimori is rolled back in as Matt comes back in. Bucks in with a double team pancake cutter. OG's knocked down to the floor again with the Elite takes the fight to them. Nick's up top and hits a diving rolling senton on the group. Matt looks to dive, but Loa picks the leg and focuses on Matt's tape back with a slam outside. OG's get the advantage outside. Ishimori's back in, covers Matt for a 2 count. Ishimori goes for the injured back and tags in Tama. Tama takes the weight belt off of Matt and throws it away. And lays the boots into the back and a big jumping elbow as well. Back to Fali. Tag to Fali, who's in for a double team, pushes Nick and keeps on Matt's back. Ishimori holds Matt, and Fali rips the tape off of the back and just stands full weight on Matt. OGs have slowed down the match as Loa's in. Quick tag to Tama, who crushes Matt in the corner. Tama keeps the Elite off the apron and goes back to the back. Loa in the double team. Matt evades and hits a super kick on Loa, but the injury slows him down, allowing Tama to fight back. Matt hits a huge spear and gets a tag to Page. Ishimori is in as well, but Page dominates him. Loa in and looks for the ape shit, but he eats a rolling elbow. Page is on both Loa and Ishimori and looks for a German suplex on Loa. Loa fights him off and Ishimori back in, but Page takes him down and out with a drop salt combo. Covers for a 2 count. Fali avoids Page move, and he and Chase are able to dump Fali outside. Page goes up, takes down all but Tama with a huge moonsault to the floor. Page tosses Ishimori back in and tags in Owens. The Elite in and get the quadruple team on Ishimori, buckle bomb, double insecurity in the corner, and a big Owens slingshot backbreaker. Covers and only gets a 2 count as Ishimori kicks out. Ishimori fights back, botches it a bit, but gets a tag to Tama. Owens avoids a offense, allowing Page to get the buckshot lariat before eating a suplex from Loa. Loa with a shot on Owens, but Owens is able to reverse. Paul Lee takes out Owens and catches Nick Jackson, but eats double super kicks from the Bucks. Super kick party, who takes out a double Hurricane Rana from Ishimori, who takes them both out the ringside with twisting plancha. Back inside the ring, Owens counters a gun stun into a roll up. Looks for the pile driver. Loa's in, but Owens fights him off. Ishimori, who then takes both out of ringside with twisting plancha. Back into the ring, Owens counters a gun stun into a roll up for a 2 count. Looks for the pile driver. Loa in. Owens fights him off. Hits huge knees on Loa, which looks great. Looks for the pile driver on Loa, but Loa fights him off. Set him up for Tama with a 3D style gun stun. Covers to 3 and a win. So the Bullet Club OGs defeated BC Elite. Bullet Club Elite. Decent match will continue with a Civil War story, with the OGs continue to have the upper hand, which is very smart storytelling there. I may think they overuse their duty tactics early on in the breakaway, but they are also evolving into a legitimately dominant faction of their own, especially following the clean title win over the Bucks, which this win only built upon. I do think the ending was a bit flat, not on terms in the booking, but something didn't quite click for me with it. Also, like it felt just a touch abrupt, but it did its job well enough. And Owens continued to be a breakout in-ring competitor of the year in njpw. He is really good. This flurry near the end was executed in just a stellar fashion. His speed and striking are solid as well. And he constantly delivers electricity in the ring. I don't know where they could take Owens, as he still feels like his on-screen shtick makes most sense in supporting a role. But I want to find something more for him, because with the right angle to support his ring work, he's a star. After match, OGs beat down the Elite. Chaos tag team of Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, and Will Ospreay versus Suzuki Gun tag team of Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, and Takashi Iizuka. Couple of stories play here, specifically Suzuki Ishii with a Rev Pro heavyweight title match coming up. Goto Taichi with a recent Never title change. And Will Ospreay fully in the heavyweight division, or so it seems. Oh, an issue of wearing the mouthguard mask to stop him from biting people. Of course, Suzuki Gun attacks before the bell, and Goto start off in the ring. Goto turns the tables and hits a suplex onto Taichi and Iizuka. Everyone starts coming in low, and now in-ring action is fast and furious, with both teams getting offense on each other, including some really nice spots, including a wonderful triple team, ending with a standing shooting star by Ospreay. The action continues on into Goto and Iizuka at it again until Suzuki grabs the arm and gets the over the rope armbar to go on Goto. Go to the outside and getting taken out by Iizuka, and Suzuki smashes Ishii with a chair in the audience area. The action is chaotic and everywhere except the ring. No one is in the ring at this point, and this is a mugging. The ref finally starts to count out, and Goto barely makes it back in. Taichi chokes Goto in the corner and dumps him back outside. Suzuki unmasks Iizuka, and he starts biting Goto. What a wild man. Goto goes back in, as is Tooth Iizuka, who bites some more, and then bites Ishii too. Oh, and Ospreay too. All of the biting. And Suzuki keeps Goto down in the corner. And more for Goto. And Ishii goes for a Tiger Hattori. What a wild man. Who tags in Suzuki. Okay, Iizuka can't sustain a match. I've seen him try, but I find him funny while he's still making sense as part of Suzuki Gun. He is so committed to his character and can't help respect that from a creative standpoint. But he just acts like he's too hungry, like he's an animal. What does he think he is, Batista? Suzuki with a sick kick to go to's back. Keeps laying in stick and kicks, high kick to the chest to go to. Another and another. Go to eats them all until one finally wears them down. Go to back with the chops, but Suzuki counters. Go to reverses, almost hits the suplex. Suzuki out of that. Go to counters again, hits the suplex and go to tags in Ishii. Ishii crushes Suzuki in the corner, eats a Suzuki forearm, and boot. But comes back. Then the trading begins, and the crowd is fully into it. Oh my God, these two. Suzuki eats them all and says, come on, more. Ishii obliges, and Suzuki is down on his knee. Ishii paintbrushes him with toe kicks. The crowd is on fire. Suzuki is pissed. And the look at Suzuki head. Slaps the shit out of Ishii. And slaps him again. Another forearm. And then another smack of them. Ishii is on his knees beneath the king. But another one wakes him up. Who fires back. Looks for a suplex. But Suzuki gets the guillotine and locks it in for the gotch. Ishii is out of it. Both men trade fast moving shots as both men are down. One of the favorite exchanges seen in a long time. Tag to Ospreay and Chachi. Ospreay springboards and takes out Chachi with a pip. Cheerio. Shots to Chachi and hits his handspring. Head kick covers for a 2 count. Chachi evades and hits his Ospreay with a big kick. Triple team begins on Ospreay. Azuka chokes with a rope. And Chachi hits an axe bomber for a 2 count. But it gets broken up. Chachi pants go flying and he looks for the kick. Ospreay catches it in the foot. Taut. Chachi counters and looks for the last ride. But Ospreay out and hits a flip kick and it's Sagiri. Suzuki and Ishii in with boots. Azuka goes for the iron glove, but Tiger stops it as Chachi looks for a belt shot on Ospreay, but Ospreay catches him. Coming in with Spanish Fly. Go to with a Yishigoroshi on Azuka. Tells Ospreay to get Chachi. He hits a wraparound super kick and lands Stormbreaker on Chachi and covers him for the 3 count and win over the reigning never openweight champion. Okay, I know there are some who feel generous here, but it's not, they're plotting out the story of this match really well, and in a way vested in the least established story of the several presented, which I think was brilliant from a storytelling point of view. Suzuki Ishii seemed like the focus was with the opening standoff with the Rev Pro belt held high, taking the center spotlight before the as expected attack. Also exiting issues between Goto and Taichi on the table. The story off the top. Off the two to the side was Ospreay's apparent weight class graduation. I mean, the never title is called open weight, but especially with the use of Stormbreaker, it feels like they are using this transition him up to a transition him up. It was nowhere near the spotlight and the creative team, and clearly with the Chaos teammates in full support, chose to say, hey, this is what's next. As Ospreay has earned it, this dude is an utter superstar. I share the worries of many in terms of overall longevity, which may also account for the shift to heavy and perhaps an upcoming evolution style, which could be smart, but regardless, I maintain that Ospreay is one of the best in-ring storytellers working today. And thus, for me, the choice made here feels brilliantly timed and really well executed, with a ton of emotion driving it from all sides. Ospreay made central in a moment when Chaos is in. Well, Chaos, following the Jay White turn and exit, and Ishii Suzuki became, meanwhile, just for a moment, I can't help it, I love the storytelling there. The layout worked well to deliver a great moment. After the match, Osprey makes a challenge while Suzuki grabs a chair and restrained by the young boys. He looks at them, starts the abuse, and hits a chair shot on one of them. And they go to a video package for the Los Ignorables de Japan. Well, they give the Japanese talent some Spanish Mexican names. It gets a new member. And they're addressing Hiromu Takahashi's injury and need to relinquish the junior heavyweight title and announcing a new member who will debut tonight. Los Ignorables Japan, Tetsuya Naito, Sonata Ibushi, and mystery partner Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, Toru Yano, and Roppongi 3K. LIJ is out first with the newest member saved last. Naito takes a mic and the crowd is on fire for him. He says everyone is excited to see the newest member. He says it's Milano. Milano says it's not him. Naito then says he's going to come out right now. We get new music. The video says the Dragon. A man that then comes in an LIJ or LIJ hoodie and the silver mask. He walks around the ring. I don't know. This is starting to get a little long. Announcer is told. The mask comes off and it's Shingo Takagi. I don't have to pronounce it. Thkagi. Very interesting choice. Pulling from the Dragon Gate and bringing the Dragon name along. Chaos is out next. Okada hits Rocky with a balloon again. Rocky, why did you do that? We hear about the connection through the trailer animal Hamaguchi between Shingo and the other members of LIJ. The bell rings and Yo and Shingo start things off. Chance for Shingo. Shingo shows his power to begin. A short chops through the trailer animal Hamaguchi between Shingo and other members. The bell rings and Yo and Shingo starts off. Chance for Shingo. Shingo shows his power to begin. A short chops from Yo and delivers a huge one of his own. Takes down Yo with a tackle. Catches Yo coming in. Yo is out of it. Shingo reverses, but Roppongi 3K able to hit some double team. This brings Bushi in, who allows LIJ to get a team advantage over Chaos. Sonata gets Yano in a paradise lock in the ropes, and Shingo chokes Yo in the corner. Shingo with a fast vertical suplex covers Yo, but only gets a 2 count. Tag to Sonata. Keeps the pressure on Yo. Tries to fight back, but Sonata gets him in a paradise lock in front of Yano, who is still tied up. Drop kicks Yo in the butt, which pushes him into Yano, freeing them both because that's how it works. Bushi in keeps the pressure on Yo. Tag to Naito, who holds Yo for a Bushi to hit a drop kick and Busharuni. But Yo fights back and gets a dragon screw on Naito and another on Bushi. Yo tags Okada, who comes in. DDT to Naito with a kick up. Naito fights back, but eats a flapjack from Okada. Covers Naito, only gets a 2 count. Okada fight lifts Naito for the air raid. Neck breaker, but Naito fights out and lands the over the top corner seated drop kick. Naito keeps on Okada and lands a double siding drop kick with Bushi. He covers for a 2 count. Naito looks for Gloria, but Okada is out. But eats a Naito insecurity before hitting the drop kick on Naito. Looks for a Rainmaker, but Naito reverses it into a Destino attempt, but Okada holds him. Hits a European uppercut, but Naito comes off with a flying forearm. Okada tags Sho, who is in with Bushi. They start fast, and Sho hits a big spear. Yo joins and hits a backstabber single leg drop kick combo. Call for the 3K. Bushi fights out and hits Yo in with a DDT. They get Shingo in. Shingo with a corner clothesline on Sho. Sho fights back, but Shingo gets him up into a gory bomb, covers for a 2 count. Takagi gets him up, but Yo intervenes. Sonata takes out Yano. Okada in for Sonata, but Sonata and Naito take out Okada. Shingo with a big pumping bomber, lariat on show. Pumps up the crowd and hits last falconry for the 3 count and the win for LIJ. Next we got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Evil. Sabre comes out looking like the cocky character he plays. With Taka doing the intro. I adore Zack Sabre Jr. as a human being because he's an athlete. But dang, he makes a great heel. He comes out on a throne pulled by masked druids. Thinks he's Undertaker. Evil goes into the ring, but one of the druids pulls him off the apron. Starts laying him at ringside. We see that the druid is wearing IWGP Intercontinental title belt. It's Chris Jericho. He's back. Evil is back in the ring. Jericho continues the assault, hitting Evil with a big lariat and a codebreaker before finally removing the mask, revealing himself. Jericho hits a big belt shot on Evil and holds the IC title belt high. He stands over Evil with the belt before leaving, shooting a final sinister smile back towards the heap that was once Evil left in the ring. No contest for the match is ruled after the mugging. Sabre makes like he wants the match anyway. He's ready to go, but the ref trainers are in the ring assessing Evil. The ref makes the official call for no contest rather than a forfeit, as Sabre slaps a Kimura on him as punishment. Sabre with boots to the fallen Evil, who works over his arm with a hammerlock Fuji War with the leg. The bell rings, but nothing happens. It was Naito runs into for the save, slugging it out with Zack Sabre Jr. Naito with a big swinging DDT on Zack. Before hitting the tranquilo pose, Sabre is livid and talks crap before leaving. Evil is helped to the back. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Marty Scurll versus Kushida. I'm going to cut to just the finish of it. As Kushida defeated Marty Scurll by pinfall to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship for the 6th time after Back to the Future, where he did it out of a fireman's carry and rolls that through and back into Back to the Future and grabs a leg for the 3 count. Tokyo Dome IWGP title shot contract. Jay White versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Contract, as he's a contract holder, and it's like a Money in the Bank briefcase. And I'll cut to the finish of that one too. Tanahashi was up top. Jay rising. Tanahashi hits a high fly flow. Crossbody goes back up, hits a fly flow again. But Gedo just pulls the referee out. Rocky is so pissed off at Gedo. Gedo has brass knuckles and is looking to use him against Tanahashi, who ducks to take down Gedo. But Jay comes right behind with a low blow. Jay looks for a chair shot, but Tanahashi hits a low blow off his own. As Rocky says, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Tanahashi slams Jay onto the chair, heads up top. Crowd is cheering. He jumps, but lands on nothing but chair with a high fly blow. Jay is up and pie paces Tanahashi from the chair, just chucking at him. Jay calls for the Gedo to revive the ref. He picks up Tanahashi for the Blade Runner, but Tanahashi with an inside cradle for the 3 count and the win. Hiroshi defeats Jay White with a pinfall to retain the Tokyo Dome IWGP title shot contract after a small package. And after the match, Jay White loses it, going after Tanahashi and taking out the young Lions, who try to help, further attacking the knee. He looks for the Blade Runner, but Okada is to save Tanahashi. As the crowd explodes, chants for Okada to fill the arena. Jay attacks again, but Okada fights him back. Okada and Gedo square off. As he takes down Gedo, Okada looks to tombstone him, but Jado interrupts, tries to calm things down to play peacemaker as Gedo backs Okada up, wearing a Okada t-shirt. When out comes BC OGs, what's going on? They are in the ring. Everyone is standing off. No one quite knows what's up. BG OGs point at Okada. They hold onto Geto and Jado and ask Okada to choose. Are they recruiting Okada? But no, it's Tama hits Gunshot Okada. They stand over him, and Geto and Jado join in a beatdown on Okada. Jay White is now being invited into the ring. He calls for the Blade Runner and turns the taunt into a 2-speed as he hits it on Okada. And Jay White and Geto are officially part of the BC Bullet Club OGs. IWGP World Heavyweight title. Kota Ibushi versus Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega. Triple Threat dance. I'll go to the finish of that one as well. Save time on the video. Ibushi looks for Kamigoye on Omega, but Cody snatches the leg, pulls out Ibushi, looks for a hits crossroads on Omega, covers, but Ishii in with a double stomp to break it up. Cody dumps Ibushi back out, measures Omega again, hits another crossroads and covers, but Omega is out at 2. Ibushi's back up on the apron. Cody and Omega are down. Cody up first and shoots at Ibushi and looks for Den's fire, but Ibushi gets up and drops some hard covers, but Omega breaks it up. Cody goes to the outside and grabs a chair, but then throws it down. It gets applause until he hits U.S. title belt instead, but then hands that off just to grab the chair again. He's in, but Omega protects Ibushi from the shot. Cody then with boots, and Ibushi comes to Omega's aid, hitting a stiff kick that takes Cody out. Omega from behind with a huge reversal runner on Ibushi, and then hits a huge J Driller, but only gets a 2 count. Omega with a re-trigger, looks for the one-wing angel, hits it, and tries to break it up, but can't prevent the 3 count, and the win for Omega. Defeats Kota Ibushi and Cody by pinfall to retain the IWGP Heavyweight title. Now that's how you do a main event. How do you do a triple threat match? And the utterly spectacular storytelling from all involved. Holy crap, Kota Ibushi. That face. This was all elements of the theater of wrestling firing on all cylinders. A lot of people question Cody's involvement here, but absolutely added to the match. Even when it meant interactions with Ibushi and getting the shit slapped out of him, he played his role perfectly, which was why I can't help but love Cody. He's brilliant at what he does, he's evolving, and he's entrepreneurial. He's creative, but also understands how to relinquish the spotlight as much as take it. And here he needed to serve Omega Ibushi's pot, and he did it wonderfully. Omega was his usual amazing self, and the layout of the triple threat with teen spots, intentionally and unintentional, and gorgeous interruptions and redirects. But honestly, this was a Ibushi show for me. Physically, and in his interactions with Omega and Cody, this was utterly masterful storytelling on his part, which elevated always incredible ring work. This was one of the great NJPW matches I've seen in quite a while. Full stop. And they didn't shy away from making it complicated with regard to relationships at play. Everyone here should feel amazing. They are clearly the main eventers, and Cody and Ibushi grabbed that such that I don't feel anyone can deny with the match. Congratulations to everybody involved in the match in producing and presenting this as well. After the match, Omega goes to Ibushi's aid, followed by Cody, as the friends look to reconnect following the match. Omega says he will not give his final address until he and Ibushi can stand together. As Ibushi is still down, Omega hypes the Elite, who plugs who good the match was and why he wants all of them to stand together. Omega closes plugging the press conference that happened today is about to close when Tanahashi comes down with his briefcase. He gives the mic to Tanahashi. Tanahashi says he's mad. He says this New Japan Pro Wrestling, this is New Japan Pro Wrestling. He says, let's put it all on the line at Tokyo Dome with the reference to the philosophical differences between Tanahashi and Omega with regard to NJPW's future. And I will finish off this video with your results for main event episode because I'm running low on time. The WWE taped the following matches tonight in Chicago to air on this week's main event episode. Zack Ryder defeated Mojo Rawley. The Revival defeated Rhino and Heath Slater. That concludes my NJPW results as well as your spoilers results for main event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you when I'm here. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.